Yeah, that's cool. I think it's very important for us to all like make sure that we're still in tune with like the real world. And I think quarantine, a lot of people treat it as if it's like you have more time to just do like nothing or to do like all these additional hobbies. But I also think it's important
Mhm.
to really take this time to better yourself and continue learning.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
great.
all I guess also on the flip side of that, like yeah, it's important to be productive, but like if you're not feeling it someday, it's okay to like have a bad day and not do
Yeah.
anything because
Yeah.
this time has been very stressful for so many people. And like I guess putting the pressure to be productive every single day is not I guess it's not really helping mental health, I guess. So I guess just being careful of what you feel like you're capable of doing, and if you're not able to finish a task that one day, it's okay. You can be carried on to the next day.
And I think, like with Ramadan, it's definitely something like festive, something for you to like look forward to, something to keep you occupied. And like I said, like while it's important to, it's nice to keep learning. It's still like during Ramadan, it's still nice to be able to like just celebrate for a while and
Yeah.
not take things too seriously. Do you feel like because of Ramadan, that's helped you like keep busy during quarantine, like with any kind of activities? Or do you think that's not really had much of an effect?
Like, do you mean like Ramadan activities?
Mhm. Yeah.
It didn't change much. Um,
Like, do you feel like you
um,
had more time to like because before that, like we all had
oh
school,
yeah,
we were
yeah,
busy.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. So since we're all at home, there's more time. But yeah, last year usually it was like around exam time, so I'd be really busy doing like studying for the
Yeah,
exams
I
and stuff.
agree
But
because
yeah,
um we're free right now. We don't really have exams. And also like when I'm bored, I like to eat just for the sake of eating.
mhm.
And so I can't do that. So I have a lot of free time to do other stuff like my history course. And so yeah.
So, yeah, you've definitely shared a lot about like things you've been doing, like what has changed because of the pandemic and how that's affected your Ramadan celebration, like both positively and negatively. So, I guess just like as an overall question, what have you learned from this experience as a whole? Just like both the pandemic and how it's affected like your Ramadan celebrations.
I really think that we took advantage of last year a lot because we've been so busy. You never really like stop and think like, wow, I have all this time to spend with my family, but like I never actually was able to spend that time. So I think like this year we really like we were really able to just sit down and just have a nice like quiet Ramadan. It wasn't too hectic. So and including the pandemic, like um well yeah, it's just better to, stay
For me,
safe.
it was all about like getting
Yeah.
closer with family because I don't feel like the other past years of doing Ramadan, we really had that component really locked down. So, for example, like the thing I mentioned about having a closed off area in the house for praying, this is the first time we've ever done it. So I feel like that's helped us come together as a family and become closer. And yeah, I'd say family is the most like major aspect that's been really emphasized.
Yeah, it makes sense, and, probably, having this as an opportunity to be closer with your family is also probably beneficial with, like, just coping with the pandemic.
I guess moving forward, we're almost near the end of Ramadan. I believe Eid is next Sunday. So, do you guys have any plans for Eid? How will you guys be celebrating Eid since you are still, I guess, going to be quarantined?
We haven't really thought of that yet, but I think we're just gonna do our Eid prayer at home. I'm not sure if that's actually allowed I think it is allowed because usually you end up going to the mosque or you have a huge gathering of an Eid prayer. So not really sure.
Yeah, my family really hasn't planned anything out, but we can't really have huge gatherings, so we're probably gonna have like a really nice dinner or feast and like breakfast as well.
Yeah.
Just good food all around.
Yeah, those sound like some good plans. And even if you don't completely have it sorted out yet, there's still a bit of time. And I guess, as you guys have been saying, just spending a ton of time with family is really the most important thing about all of this. And so I think that leads us nicely into a little trivia time. So I have a few questions, a few multiple choice questions, and I'll ask the question and then give out the potential answers, and you guys can guess on which ones you think are correct. So the first question is Ramadan comes from which Arabic word? And the options are A, mercy, B, moderation, C, sun-baked ground, and D, spirit. So which do you guys think it is?
Um, I think A.
Okay, so that would be mercy. Salman, what do you think?
Could you list them again, please?
Yeah, so we have mercy, moderation, sun-baked ground, and spirit.
I think I'd go with B. I'm not sure.
All right, so the two guesses we have are mercy and moderation. However, Ramadan actually comes from the Arabic word for sun-baked ground.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, so our second question. Which event did not take place in Ramadan? So we have A, the conquest of Mecca, B, the Quran was revealed, C, birth of the prophet Saw, or D, the Battle of Badr.
B.
All right, Salman.
I think it's B as well.
All right. So B was the Quran was revealed. However, the answer is actually C again, which is birth of the prophet Saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So something interesting. Second last question. How many years did it take for the Quran to be revealed? We have A, 13, B, 40, C, 23, and D, 10.
Um, can you repeat them again?
Yeah. So we have A, 13, B, 40, C, 23, and D, 10.
Um, I think. Sorry, what was B?
B is 40,
And then C?
23.
I think 23. C?
All right. And Salman, what do you think?
Yes, I think it's C.
All right. You both are correct.
Yeah.
It took 23 years for the Quran to be revealed. Okay, and finally, on Eid al-Fitr, which marks the end of Ramadan, you can't, and your options are A, wear new clothes, B, fast, C, travel, and D, perform Umrah.
B. You
Salman,
said,
do you agree with that?
sorry, you said can't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, B.
Yeah, it's B.
Yeah. All right. That's correct. And that wraps up our trivia section. Thanks for playing.
you don't win anything, but
Thanks anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that was great. I think we learned a bit more about Ramadan. So I guess shout out to Fraser and MSA for these amazing questions. Yeah, and thank you so much to Saman and Asma for joining us on this episode. And it's been really great hearing about all of like how you're celebrating and as well as how you're growing accustomed to the quarantine lifestyle and what activities you've been doing lately. It's really great hearing about all of that. And just a quick message at the end, if you'd like to be a guest on our show, please fill out our Google form on our Facebook page. And other than that, thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next time.
Eid
Eid
Mubarak.